Hey everybody, I am surprising y'all with a stream. Why? Because I feel like it. And I'm not the best at getting myself to stick to a schedule when it comes to doing something as a hobby. I really only tend to do it when I'm emotionally up for it. Or energy-wise up for it. It doesn't always have to be emotional. And for some reason, after my long day of work, I think, why the heck not? Might as well stream this update of Tennis Ace. That and to probably do enough stuff to get Far Beyond the World in during the weekend. Yes, that's another visual novel I'm playing. So, I'll be ready in a bit. I forgot to even put the Tennis Ace game on my editing window. So, excuse me as I do that. Oh, I also have to do that too. And I'm surprised people actually noticed. I was hoping nobody would notice and I wouldn't have to stream to anybody. I don't know why. I was like hoping it'd just be like a 0-viewer stream all throughout. Just so I could be like, let me just be as chill as heck and no pressure. But it ain't a bad thing people are here. It's kind of fun. I like it when people just kind of come if they see it and feel like it, and watch it if they want to afterwards. I'm really not planning my stuff around like a YouTuber schedule of every Friday, every Saturday, blah blah blah. Which, if I really would once I start to gain a like more consistency in my schedule. I was gonna say gain a what? I don't know, but I am trying to open up Tennis Ace. There it is. By trying, I mean I did not type it in because I was talking at the same time and my brain does not know how to type and talk. Alright, we are going to get started in a couple seconds, or half a minute technically. Alright, so that's ready. Yeah, no, don't worry about being late. I didn't even plan on doing this stream until literally a few minutes ago. So, yeah, it's great to see everybody here. Alright, we're gonna get started in a few seconds, so I'll tell you how Halloween went after I do my intro. Welcome back, everybody. Dirk the Red Panda here with Tennis Ace. Yes, I did this very extemporaneously. I think that might be the right term. I'm not so sure. Instantaneous would be another word for this, because I just did this out of the blue. I was going to just stream on the weekend, and that's it. But just for this week, I wanted to see if I could do it with my work stuff. Maybe I will be able to do like little ones in the evenings, just depending on how long the update is. I was thinking, should I do Far Beyond the World? But then I heard it was like 3-something hours to read when I was talking to Lied about it, and I was like, yeah, I would probably be up all night. Yeah, so that's why I'm doing this update instead. It only sounds like it's one day. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be too hefty. And if I have time, maybe I'll play Shoichi's update tonight, but as a separate episode, technically. I like to keep each route as a separate episode, unless it's like multiple routes are converging onto a specific day, and the day is mostly unaffected by your character choice. But y'all know what I mean. But yeah, how was my Halloween? Halloween was really tame for me this year. A lot of kids came by our house this year. Trick-or-treaters are back again, and that was nice, so giving out candy and all that. Other than that, I don't remember what I did. What the heck did I do even for dinner? Like, yeah, it was just very relaxing, and I liked that. Oh yes, Perpy came back. As usual, hi. But yes, how am I? Mentally exhausted from work, but also excited for a Tennis Ace update. I haven't had one of these in months. A lot of games I've been playing haven't had updates for a while, which I think is a good thing for me and the creators themselves, because we all need to rest and take a break sometimes and not feel so stuck to a schedule, especially if we're not doing this full time. But yeah, most of us aren't. But that is my spiel. I would love to have him on the stream from time to time, but I just don't know how we would be like if we went live. Or more so, like, I'm not sure if he would be comfortable just doing a live stream. But I would love to like record with him. And there's one other YouTuber that I might want to record with. She and I have been in contact, along with Lied. We might be doing like a 3-person collab sometime around the winter. Still figuring it out, because we are just winging it. But yes, new Tennis Ace episode. Yeah, I mean, I am already playing Far Beyond the World. I just haven't played this latest update yet because I know it's going to be a long one, and I'm waiting till the weekend to do it. That's so great. You just finished my June route. Well, here's more for you. But anyway, we left off... Good that the save windows did not change their names. I think that may have been an issue once or twice. But we... Which one did we stop at? Because I know I only save on one page and that gets very convoluted. It should be day 30. Oh yes, because I saved literally back to back to back to back 4 minutes in a row. Why? My brain's crazy. But yes, it's a long one, yes, and it is good. I'm assuming referring to Far Beyond the World. But let's talk more about Tennis Ace tonight, because today is a Tennis Ace day. It is Tennis Ace Tuesdays, and I just realized it is Tennis Ace Tuesdays. Well, I guess I'll have something to put over my head to stream on Tuesdays. Yes, I know, he's well ahead of me. He played the latest update. I know. I'm going to catch up to him, I swear. Anyway, Tennis Ace, we left off on day 30. And we were kind of having some illusions and whatnot. This was kind of a trippy episode, some kind of bummers going on. I don't want to get too dark with it, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get started in a bit. I always have to timestamp it, so that's why I always start in a bit, as opposed to immediately starting. And according to the devlog, only one day has been updated for June's, but Shoichi's I'll explain if we get to it. But yeah, so shouldn't be too bad. Fingers crossed. Let us get comfortable here and start the reading. Here we go. For now, though, I think I can get some proper sleep to compensate for this morning. It is the 4th of July! Why did I say it like that? I forgot the M&Ms. I forgot the M&Ms. Oh no. We're gonna just hydrate instead on Tuesdays. Yes, I noticed Perpy like 6 minutes ago. He got his fame. He got his 10 seconds of fame. Alright. Anyway. Sitting around in the dark living room, the clock's constant ticking is the only thing I can hear. At the very least, it helps me to zone out a bit, which is helpful. It definitely beats getting stuck in my thoughts. God knows my mind is worst enemy right now. Or God knows my mind is my worst enemy right now. Well, that and this busted knee. I guess it's a coin flip between the two. Today, I don't get to have an excuse. If I keep putting off the things I need to do, they'll only keep getting harder and harder to do. Next thing I know, I'll turn into some kind of NEET. What does that even mean? NEET. Power of Google. Help me know what NEET means. Oh, not in education, employment, or training. I never knew that's what people say. In America, we just call that lazy. Instead of it having an actual reason, or... I don't know. That was a terrible joke. Can only roast America so much on the 4th of July. Ugh. I shiver just thinking about it. I really don't want that. Which, I suppose, brings me back to here and now. Sitting around the living room and waiting till it's time for me to head to class. Today, finally, I'll do it. Today, finally, I'll rip out that Band-Aid and will face my fears. Even if people stare at me or whisper at me, or whisper about me, I'll keep moving forward with my life. That's the one thing no one other than me can take away. And I sure as hell won't be beaten by myself. Man, I sure am acting all cool and stuff for someone sitting around alone in a dark living room at 4 a.m. Suddenly, my attention is snapped away from the rhythmic ticking by a sound like wood creaking. I don't want to make a knee joke, and I just did by saying I wasn't. Let's just say my knees cracked when I got up. Wait, someone's coming down the stairs? Oh my god, it's Aki, our little brother. I turn around, holding my breath as I wait to see who might show up, bringing out a shovel in case it's a robber, fearing that my mom might appear and force me back to my room to sleep. Thankfully, all I see is Aki. He steps out of the stairs in his boxers, sleepily rubbing his eyes as he makes a beeline straight for the kitchen. Oh, puberty and having to eat 20 million times a day because you're so damn hungry. Morning. Yeah, morning. He grumbles out a greeting, walking right past me without so much as a glance. Shrugging, I turn around on the couch again and resume staring at the wall like I'd been doing before. I hear the sound of the fridge being opened, as well as a flit of light appear in my peripheral vision. Then, everything goes silent. For several seconds, the fridge remains open, but Aki seemingly doesn't move. I would know. Not only is my hearing pretty decent, but at this time of night, everything is so quiet that you can almost hear someone think. Suddenly, the fridge is closed with a loud impact, followed immediately by rushing footsteps. Wait a second, Ni-chan? Oh, his voice just hardly cracked there. He went from normal Aki voice to ah! Yes. Hello? What are you doing? I'm sitting. What does it look like I'm doing? I don't mean it like that. What are you doing here? In the living room. Isn't it almost... Aki looks at the wall, confirming the time. It's 4 a.m. Yes, I'm aware. Why are you sitting here at 4 a.m.? And in your uniform, even? I couldn't sleep. Yeah, I can see that. Aki walks around the back of the couch and moves close to me, so I remove my tail from the seat next to mine for him. Is everything okay? Yeah, I'm just fine. Liar. Someone who's fine doesn't sit around alone in the dark at 4 a.m. I couldn't sleep. Yeah, someone who's fine doesn't fail to sleep either. Come on. You know I have bouts of insomnia sometimes. Yeah, only when you have something eating away at you, though. What is it? I mean, I don't want to be rude, but the past few weeks haven't exactly given me reasons to not have insomnia. If anything, it's kind of a wonder that I've gotten half as much sleep as I've been getting. You don't need to worry about it, Aki. I'm fine. How long? How long what? How long have you been sitting here for? An hour? So you've barely slept. How are you going to even function today? Come on. I've been doing nothing but eat and sleep for the past few days. I haven't even started on physical therapy yet. I have way too much energy stored. That sip counter just keeps on going up. Do you promise there's nothing major going on? Yeah, I'm fine. If anything, I'm just excited to get back to school. Where have I heard that before? Jeez, at least act like you trust me a little. Okay, I'll let you be for now. Just try to take a nap on the couch or something, okay? I'll wake you up when I come downstairs later. I appreciate that. Great. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still haven't gotten my water. Me making Aki jealous by sipping water. Aki goes back to the kitchen, getting himself a glass of water before returning to his bedroom, leaving me alone downstairs once again. I really wish people wouldn't fuss over me so much all the time. At least Aki did leave me alone in the end. That's progress, I guess. Left to my own devices again, I continued to stare at the wall. waiting for morning to come. At some point, I start to notice my eyelids growing heavier and heavier. Oh, we are still trying to fall asleep? Before even realizing when it happened, my eyesight went completely black. And I found water in my dreams. What? Is that a voice? Yeah. Feeling some pressure on my shoulder as if someone was gently shaking me, I turn around, slowly opening my still heavy eyelids. Amicus plushie, is that you? Someone asked, so I had to bring him back. No, it's just Aki's mom. And Nico's mom, technically. Why did I say it like that? What? Mom? I know you've been anxious about going back to school, but you have a perfectly good bed upstairs that you could be using if you're going to sleep. What? Wait. It's morning? Yes. Good morning, sleepyhead. I rub my eyes, trying to make sure I'm not hallucinating or anything of the sorts. But it was 4 a.m. just a little while ago. Yes, it was. Then you fell asleep. I mean, Aki said he'd wake me up in case I fell asleep, but I didn't think it would actually happen. Am I late for class? Don't be silly. Your brother isn't even dressed yet. How would you even be late for class? Excuse me, that was very rude of me. Don't be silly. Your brother isn't even dressed yet. How would you be late for class? He's not? Then why are you awake? You boys' breakfast doesn't just magically appear out of nothing, you know. Oh, right. Good point. Are you sure you didn't get dressed too soon? Your clothes are all wrinkled. It's fine like this. Don't worry about it. So long as I didn't sweat in my sleep, that is. Crap. Passing out like that. That's kind of embarrassing. Seriously, Brain, what's up with you? First, you won't let me sleep no matter how much I toss and turn, and now you make me fall asleep sitting up on the couch? At least wash your face, dear. Yes, ma'am. I get up and grab my crutches, slowly following Mom into the kitchen. I walk so slowly with these that she's already grabbing things from the fridge and pantry by the time I reach the sink. Since you're already up, might as well ask. I was going to grill some salmon, but I wasn't sure if you'd want some fish for breakfast 2 days in a row. Don't worry so much, Mom. Salmon is fine. It's just... I'm not here a lot of the times when you boys are having breakfast. I don't know what you have day in and day out every week. You could try sticking around to have breakfast with us. Then you'd know what I cook. If I did that, there would be no reason for me not to make breakfast myself. I guess that's true. I mostly make fish or omelets as well. Maybe some natto every now and again to break a bit of the routine. I mean, come on. Who do you think taught me how to cook in the first place? I suppose that's true. But I've been very hands-off after you learned the basics. I have no idea where you went from there. Mostly just picked up recipes from the internet, to be honest. They're more about ways to dress up the food I already make than anything else, though. Oh, like what? Like brushing the fish with a sweet and sour glaze instead of just grilling it with salt. Just an idea. I suppose we do have the ingredients to make something like that. What? Now? You don't need to worry so much. Now, don't be silly, dear. This is all I'm doing. I'm not working this week, remember? You're not going to work? Wait, you're not going to work, you mean? You are most definitely still working. Just with the added burden of having to cook and look after me as well. Can you hand me a hand towel? Here you go. I have to admit, I do feel much better after washing my face. It must be a lot more comfortable now that you're allowed to switch into your summer uniform, right? You have no idea. I don't know. I still remember what it was like pretty well. You do know what my old school's blazers looked like, right? Oh, right. You guys used that heavy-looking white blazer from Dad's school picture, didn't you? Oh, that thing was heavy, all right. And we didn't have fancy air conditioning back then to help with it either. Our classroom had a ceiling fan that's so slow that it barely even moved. That's what happens when you're born in the prehistoric age. Prehistoric age, huh? I'm joking. Please don't be mad. Just sit down and wait for breakfast to be ready. Yes, ma'am. Doing as I'm told, but not exactly. Edgelord. I go back to the living room, sitting on the couch by the spot where I'd left my school bag and rummaging inside it to make sure I have everything I'll need for today. It feels weird to be going to school without my tennis bag. Wrong, even. I wonder if I'll ever get used to that feeling. What are you even doing? Making sure I have everything I'll need for today. You've been here since the early hours of the morning. Haven't you already done that before? Saltily drinks the water. Maybe. Sweetie, I love you, but you have to learn how to relax. All right, Mom. I mean, that's easier said than done. I never said it would be easy. How could you even say that to me when you yourself are basically incapable of just sitting around and relaxing without going off to do more work? Well, I've never claimed to be particularly good at it either. Maybe you get that from me. Oh, I get that trait from both my parents. Is that so? Oh, don't be smug. It was your father's least attractive quality, and it doesn't look so good on you either. Boom, roasted. It might be. But if it's the least attractive quality, then it's still somewhat attractive. And it's also still a quality. Stop arguing semantics and come sit down. By the table this time? Suppose, hypothetically, that I get up from my chair and move to the table. In a minute. I just need to finish this. What is it that you're doing now? Readjusting the strap on my bag? I can't walk 100% upright with crutches, so I don't want to go down too much and end up hitting my knee. That bag isn't capable of reaching your knees, sweetie. Maybe, maybe not. I'd rather not find out. As somebody says they miss Amicus. I'm sorry, I can't hold him up in a position that he can constantly be on screen. This is like a weird position for me to hold him. It's like I'm holding a baby. Honestly, I would be held in Amicus's hands like a baby if he were like in real life. I'd be small. By the way, I did schedule for a taxi to come pick you up and drop you at the school. But do you need me to call them again and ask if they have a driver that could help you walk to the building and to your classroom? Mom, they're taxi drivers, not personal assistants. True. I'm merely afraid that walking from the entrance to your classroom might be a bit much. It's a little far, and there are multiple flights of stairs on the way. Shoichi and Saya offered to wait for me by the front gate to help. I'll be fine. Oh, that's good. I'm so glad you have such good friends. So am I. Even if I've been a bit of a dick to them lately. Anybody who's friends with me on Discord or real life, let me know if I've been a dick to you. Which I'd rather not think about right now. At least with Shoichi there, I won't have to worry. He could carry me to my classroom bride style if I wanted to. Me first! Didn't you say you want to invite as little attention as possible? I said he could, but not. I said he could, not that he should. Yes. I'm familiar with that concept. Now come on. Your brother should be coming downstairs for breakfast any minute now. Can you please come sit at the table already? Okay. Stop fussing so much. I swear, these damn kids. I've forgotten what it's like to be at home all the time. I can't help myself from fussing. I think that's called being a mother. I might complain about it as a joke, but I don't really mind. No, this is Amicus plushie. The other plushie I'm holding is just a red panda. So I like to imagine it as me hugging Amicus. And that's how I sleep at night. I kind of missed it, to be honest. Once I'm done with all my adjustments, making sure each and every little thing is ready for me to head to school, I sit at the table. What the heck was that? I have to stop myself from trying to set the table on my own. Force of habit kicking in, I guess. Mom insists on doing that for me, which I get. I know there's a Rannoch plushie. I haven't bought him. I haven't bought the Rannoch plushie. Don't state incorrect facts. Nor have I gotten the Amicus Kigu, which, that would be really cool to get. Anyway, I guess being cared for like this went from completely infuriating to just mildly awkward. Progress? Morning. Morning again. Hey, did you even sleep at all? Don't worry. He was passed out on the sofa when I came downstairs. Aha! Called it! Excuse you? What? I'm just happy you got some sleep. With breakfast finally ready, the three of us sat down to eat together. It was clear to me that it is a lot more energetic with Mom around. I guess no matter how matter she is, a kid is still going to miss his mom. Still, there was something about it that felt different. For the first time since the accident, the three of us could sit down and have a meal together without ending up talking about it. Maybe, just maybe, this is what healing feels like? Oh, interesting. Were there buttons up there when they did that? Oh. Oh. Okay. Man, I definitely underestimated how stressful it would be to come back to school. The closer we got to it, the more that annoying pit in my stomach grew. And yes, to everybody who's talking about Far Beyond the World, yes, I know it updated recently. I downloaded the update. I'm going to play it this weekend, so that's all for the Far Beyond the World talk. This is Tennis Ace, damn it! Anyway, the closer we got to it, the more that annoying pit in my stomach grew. I'm afraid of what will happen when people see me like this. I'm afraid of the staring, the whispering, the rumors. And all this after I acted all tough and told myself I didn't care about it. I really am a wimp. Well, not like there's anything I can do about that now that the taxi already left. Oh, there you are! Oh, it's Saya. Close enough. I hear them before I see them. As soon as Saya's high-pitched voice cuts through the cacophony of students talking to each other on their way to class, my stomach already sinks a little bit further. I feel like I'm going to break all my bones whenever I meet Saya. And that is not joking. So much for not drawing attention to myself. Morning. Sorry I'm late. Don't worry about it. You have the best possible reason to be late. I think I'd call it the worst possible reason. But, sure. Oh. Right. You walked into that one, Shu-chan. Shut up. Still, thanks again for offering to help. Of course. It's the last we could do. How do you want to walk? Or how do you want to walk? How do you want to do this? Want to just hop on my back and have me carry you up the stairs? That... All these suggestions I would totally do if I were him. Gotta snap out of it. That... sounds dangerously close to the joke I made earlier this morning. Please, no. Just lend me a shoulder and we should be fine. If you say so. Come here. I can carry your bag for you. Give it here. You're not gonna offer a shoulder too? Are you kidding? With Mr. Mighty over here doing it already, there's no need for me to. You could throw Nico-kun through the window and into the classroom if you wanted. Garfield style. I call that the reverse Garfield. Psh. I'm nowhere near that strong. Please don't exaggerate. Could we get going already? people are starting to stare. Saya and Shoichi's eyes go wide and they immediately begin looking around to confirm what I'm saying. Maybe because they're not anywhere near as worried about this as I am, as I'm squeezing my plushies intensely. But they hadn't at all been keeping an eye on their surroundings like I did. A random student walking with crutches might not invite all that much attention, but pretty much everywhere in school knows about me one way or another. Not to mention those two talking so loudly about carrying me. I don't need all this attention right now. Right, of course. Come on, lean against me. Thanks. And, sorry. Don't apologize. You make it sound like it's some kind of crazy burden you've placed on me. Well... that smile. That damn smile. Don't start. Sorry. Going up the stairs was rougher than I thought it would be. The single flight of stairs at home is pretty okay, but coming up to the third floor with double stairs every floor was a huge pain. No elevators in this school? You're telling me this high school does not have any elevators? An indoor building like that, especially from the outside previews and the main menu screen, doesn't have elevators? Even my high school, as boring and bland as it was, had an elevator. There was two, actually. One for the 3-story part and one for the 2-story part. I never got injured, so I only got to go in it once or twice when I knew a friend that got injured. Yeah, those are the days. Even Shoichi seemed to be struggling a bit to help me up. God, you're heavier than I remember. Did you put weight on or something? Of course not. I lived on hospital food for 2 weeks. If anything, I might have lost weight. Right. Good point. I don't know why you're complaining. I'm doing just fine. Shoichi and I both glare at Saya after her little joke, ready to throw her through her classroom. Though she doesn't seem to care about the Shoichi and I both glare at Saya after her little joke, though she doesn't seem to care about the animosity one bit. Thankfully, there aren't all that many people around due to how early I came to school today. Other than the class president and a handful of other students, the place is pretty much deserted. Super chat. 10 o'clock back with the terrible opinions. Once again, making me have to say this is not my opinion, so do not quote me on this. 10 o'clock has donated $5, you can quote that part of it, but this following part you cannot quote me on because it is not my statement. Keisuke, greater than Shoichi. I will scrub the internet if anybody downloads that audio. And you're just going to leave after that. Thanks, 10 o'clock, you're too kind. But I do appreciate the donation no matter what. Bad takes aside. Other than the class president and a handful of other students, the place is pretty much deserted. Which isn't to say that the sight of a guy being pretty much carried with an arm over someone's shoulder and the other over crutches doesn't draw attention immediately. Nico-kun, oh my god, what happened? Oh, hey there, Prez. The fox looks at me and then at my crutches, her eyes going back and forth the two while my mouth hangs wide open. You're What? I guess it's really noticeable, huh? The class jock shows up unable to walk on his own and using crutches. No. No one can even tell that there's something going on. Shush. I wasn't even asking you. What happened? It seems her question echoed everywhere else's. It seemed her question echoed everyone else's. As the handful of students in the car... I cannot read sentences. It seems her question echoed everyone else's, as the handful of students in the room are all staring at me now. Ugh, this is exactly what I didn't want to happen. About that, I kinda got into an accident. Nothing major. Nothing major at all! Shoichi, I'm gonna slap you. You got run over by a car. That's major. Shoichi, shut up! Yeah. You got run over by a car? Well, crap! Now that's bound to send the rumor mill into a tizzy. Kinda. It wasn't like I got run over a la Brian Griffin style. But it wasn't that light either. Kinda. I mean, yes, I got out of it mostly unscathed. I only needed a single surgery to... You had to have surgery? At the mention of the word, our other classmates gasped, walking closer to us at the beginning to box me in with looks of pity and concern. Ah! Fuck. If I get demonetized, it is so worth it. Minor surgery. Just to fix my knee and stuff. It got pretty banged up. Wait. So, this whole time that you've been away from school due to a stomach bug, you were actually in the hospital recovering from a car accident? Yes? Prez clutches her head in between her hands, looking down at the floor and groaning loudly. Oh my god! I've been sending homework to someone recovering from major surgery! I'm a monster! I said it wasn't major! I don't know, man. The kind of injury you had is a pretty big deal for an athlete. Shoichi, quiet! Sorry. Don't be so hard on him, Nico-kun. Shu-chan's just trying to clarify. He's only making things worse. Good old Shoichi. I mean, are you okay? That's a loaded question. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Ayako, stop talking so loud. I talk as loud as I want. Yeah, I'm doing alright. You don't need to worry so much. I'm not going to bore you with details on my injury. My knee needed surgery. They did surgery. It's more or less fixed now. And by that I mean way less fixed. I can never play tennis again. Holy crap. We can leave it at that. No clarifying necessary. I make sure to say the last little bit while staring directly at Shoichi and Saya, ready to punt the husky into the next room, who both look away from me promptly. Hopefully that's enough to drive the message home. Why didn't you tell anyone? My family didn't want to risk it getting out while I was at the hospital. I've been left in relative peace lately since I haven't been standing out much. Most photographers and journalists focus on Tanabe, and the ones interested in me at least have the decency to wait for a competition before approaching me. Like, what kind of paparazzi just starts storming high schoolers? Man, I can't imagine what that's like, actually being a star athlete in high school and actually having papers and journals being written about you. Man, if only I was a starter on my high school program. Or even my college program, but I'm not gonna go there. I sucked. But just me missing this one competition last week was enough to have my inbox filled with the... It broke my brain. But just me missing this one competition last week was enough to have my inbox filled to the brim with sports reporters asking for comments, explanations, and making up rumors and the likes. It was? Oh, I didn't hear about this. Oh no. Shoichi, we gotta punt them out the classroom too. Oh, yeah. You better believe it was. They even went as far as asking Tanabe for commentary on my absence and then emailing me to ask for my comments on what he had to say. Crap. I hope they wouldn't contact you about that stuff. What? You knew about this? Kei-kun and I may have been approached first for commentary, since we're in the same club as you and whatnot. We just told them we had no comments on it and hoped they'd leave it at that. Goddamn nosy Nancy's. Nosy Nancy's. Goddamn nosy Nancy's. They can't even leave a single thing be. I'd have appreciated being told about this, you know. How was I supposed to know they'd email you about it? I don't know. Basic foresight, maybe? Prez leans back, sitting on a nearby table. She crosses her arms with 2 plushies in her hands, looking down at me with conflicted eyes and biting her lower lip. That all sounds interesting. I mean, that all sounds exhausting. It is. That's why we didn't want it anywhere near my recovery. You know, for my sanity and all. Yeah, I can imagine it. There's no way you wouldn't be getting out now that you're back in school, though. Yeah. Honestly, that's the part that scared me the most about coming back. I think I can at least count on being left alone for the rest of the school day today. But we won't be able to keep a pin on this much longer. God damn it, I just thought of a terrible joke. Isn't the paparazzi supposed to cause the car crash and not the other way around? And reporters aren't given to leave a person alone just because they're going through a hard time. That's just a reality I have to accept. At least it shouldn't take long before this story becomes old news. And then I become old news. Soon enough, I'll fade away completely from the sports magazines, with nothing but memories left of that time. God, that's so sad to think about. That really would mark the end, I think. Is there anything we could do to help? Nah, that's alright. I just need to talk to teachers about it. Let them know I'm pulling out of the tennis club and whatnot. Oh, I would appreciate if you could share your notes for the classes I missed, though. Perez leans forward, looking at me with kind eyes and gently squeezing my shoulder. Of course, anything I can do to help. For what it's worth, I'm really sorry this happened to you. Yeah, so am I. I'm gonna go organize my notes. Need me to copy them for you too? Nah, don't go through that much trouble. Just lend me one of your notebooks for a little while. There's a good time before class starts. I should be able to copy down at least one subject's worth. Okay, I'll be right back. Thanks, Prez. The fox nods, walking back to her desk. The other bystanders around us at least have the decency to pretend like they weren't eavesdropping the entire time, taking a few steps back and awkwardly getting back to their own conversations while sneaking glances at me every now and again. That was harder to hear than I thought it would be. You weren't helping either. Could you please not go telling people details about what happened to me without my approval? It's not your story to tell. Nico-kun, that's too harsh. That's alright, Sai-chan. He's right. I'm sorry, Nico. But... Seriously, Sai-chan. It's okay. He's okay. Nico should be the one to decide what he wants to share with others. I overstepped. That's... It's hard to be mad when you all act It's hard to be mad when you act all apologetic and whatnot. Well, I guess. What are you going to do now, Nico-kun? Want us to stick around to keep you company? Nah, that's okay. I'll just be copying some notes anyway. I'll text you guys if I need anything. I know you're both busy with your own stuff. Not that I'd be able to concentrate on anything right now. Oh, come on. Don't make me into your excuse to not work. That's harsh, Nico. If I don't say that, you guys are going to keep looking for excuses to drone around me. Seriously, I would feel bad if I got in the way of your guys' obligations. You really are mindful of us at the most obnoxious times. It's a gift. Alright. We'll let you be for the time being. We'll still drop by for lunch, though. And make sure you're actually and make sure you actually text us if you need something. Of course. See you later, Nico-kun. Yeah, later. I nod, not able to bring myself into forming actual words. It feels weird to watch them leave the room. Like, I don't want them to leave. Yet, I do at the same time. It's weird. I don't want to be left alone. But I also don't want to keep being smothered. Besides, I have another completely separate reason to not want them around too long. No matter what happens, I can't imagine my meeting June today to not be a little bit awkward. Given that those two already more or less know how things had been going between us, I really don't want them noticing that. I swear, if I get teased over it right now, I just might scream. Yeah, just focus on writing down your notes, Nico. I grab my bag, picking up my notebook and pen while I wait for the Prez to come back with her notebook. Once she does, I quickly set out to copy down her notes as quickly as I can so I don't inconvenience her by holding on to her notebook when she might need it. Thankfully, her notes are so well organized and succinct that I don't have to try and make sense of them. Unlike a certain tiger and his chicken scratch handwriting. Before long, I let myself get fully sucked into the task at hand, using it as a convenient excuse to ignore the world around me. Even when time passes and the room starts filling up with people, I mostly ignore the questions about the crutches that inevitably start getting fired my way. It's not as if they wouldn't hear about it immediately after, anyway. I might not be paying attention to the conversations around me, but when so many people are asking each other about me, even I can notice I become a prime gossip subject. Why can't people just ignore me and leave me alone? This is such a pain. Just pretend I don't exist. Look away from me. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Maybe if I put on earphones, they might ignore me. I feel someone's hand on my shoulder, sending a jolt down my spine. But I don't look up. I'll just answer them without looking up. Pretend they're not here. Then they'll bound to leave me alone. Nico-san? However, a familiar voice snaps me out of my spiral, making me instinctively snap my head upwards. June! Without even thinking about it, the relief I feel is so immense that I immediately pull the tiger closer, hugging his waist and stomach. What? June flinches, but doesn't pull away. In fact, after a second, he puts his hand on my shoulder, gently squeezing it. And in turn, we squeeze the tiger. Thank you very much, I'll be here all week. Once I've recovered enough of my mental faculties to realize what I'm doing in our classroom of all places, I pull away from him. Sorry about that. I was getting really overwhelmed until you arrived.
That's okay. Although everyone's looking at us now.
Yeah, they were all looking at me already anyway. What's one more thing? I don't care as much if you're here. June sighs, placing his bag atop his desk and pulling out his chair.
You really surprised me.
I'm sorry.
Like I said, it's fine. Just warn me first next time.
Will do.
So, how are you doing? Yesterday was a day.
You can say that again. It went from very bad to very good real quick.
It did?
Of course it did, silly. You happened.
Oh. I'm glad I helped.
Aw, so cute when he's all embarrassed like this. Thank you for reading my mind. Look, his ears are even twitching. We're waiting. You sure did. Besides, it was a me. Good to talk. Besides, it was good to talk. Get everything out. Besides, it was good to talk. Get everything out in the open. Now I'm not getting eaten up from the inside as badly.
Yeah, that's true. I was really scared to tell you all that stuff, but It's good to have you know.
While we're on that subject, are you planning to tell anyone else?
I don't know. Maybe? Do you think I should tell the others?
That's up to you. It's your business. You decide who to tell. It would make it easier to look out for you, but...
But being looked out for is the one thing I don't want.
Exactly.
Why does this stuff have to be so complicated?
I reach forward, placing a hand atop the tiger's head and gently running my fingers through his fur. There isn't anything I can do or say to fix things for him. He's been dealing with all this for years. If it could be magically fixed just like that, it would have been so long ago. Instead, I'll do my best to at least offer him comfort. Oh, there they are. The two rats.
Yo, dude, are you talking again?
Oh, you. Of course people would try to get my attention again now that they see me talking to someone.
Talking again?
We tried to talk to Nico-kun a bit ago, but he just kept staring at his notebook and giving grunts as responses.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. I was really focused.
Seriously? You spend weeks away and the first thing you do when you get back is focus on taking notes? Talk about lame.
Jin, be quiet.
Yeah. You're lame. No, Jin. You're cringe. I don't know if I have the patience to deal with Jin right now. He's harmless most of the time, but he can be very... That's an understatement. Annoying under certain circumstances.
Either way, not important. I was just curious about one thing. What's with the crutches?
Jin, didn't I tell you to have more tact when asking about it?
Yeah, who cares? It's not like it's a big deal anyway.
That's... a horrible thing to say. I know they don't know what happened exactly, but to say something like that?
Jinichiro-san, please show some respect. Yeah? Baka?
While I was too stunned to come up with a response, the one thing I didn't think was possible happened. Jun suddenly stood up from his chair, walking up to the twins until his chest bumped against Jin's, staring daggers at the mouse.
Who cares? What the hell is that supposed to mean? You have no idea what happened, so maybe try to think before opening your mouth to say some hurtful things.
Holy crap! Jun really went for his throat. Talk about savage! Despite my silence, I can't help but feel a smile creeping up on my... I gently reach for Jun's arms, tugging on his sleeve to get his attention and attempt to calm him down. It's okay, Jun. Thank you. Taking a deep breath, the tiger looks away and gets back on his seat without further fuss. Jin looks at his brother in bewilderment, but Gin can only stare at Jun with his mouth agape. My voice cracked. Ah! To answer your question, Jin, I got run over by a car.
What?
Mm-hmm. I got out of it mostly fine, but my knee got banged up pretty bad. Torn ligaments, shattered bone, crushed nerve, etc. It was bad enough to require surgery. I'll never get to play tennis again, so I'd really appreciate it if you didn't act so dismissively about it.
Yep.
Ginny Chu is taking L's like the Detroit Lions this year. Holy crap! The twins both gasped, their eyes bulging out upon hearing my words. That's the bit of detail I hadn't mentioned before. So even if they'd bothered asking around about my knee, they wouldn't have heard about that. It sucks to tell people like this, but I'll have to admit, I'm also a little bit angry, so part of me wanted to make him feel guilty for being insensitive. What am I saying? Does that make me petty? Am I the asshole?
I did it. That's...
I'm so sorry, Nico-kun. We didn't mean to.
It's okay, man. You don't need to apologize. You didn't do a thing. Just a little bit of glaring at Jin on top should drive the message home pretty well, I think.
Sorry.
Wait, Jin, get back here.
The younger brother walks away after stammering out an apology, whether out of embarrassment or what, I can't tell. Regardless, Jin follows right behind him, trying to bring him back. Or Gin tries to bring him back. Sorry, they're too confusing. Considering how Jin immediately sat back on his chair and refused to budge, I'm assuming I won't be seeing them again for a little while. That was...
What a prick!
Whoa, calm down there, Tiger. Whoa, easy there, Tiger. Are you okay?
Of course I'm okay. But seriously, what kind of way to talk to people is that? That's so insensitive.
It was. It totally caught me off guard. Still, I really appreciate you helping me out.
Of course I'd help you out. I just wish that... Ugh.
Yes, I also wish that blech, buddy. I reach forward, gently petting the brooding tiger. Pet the tiger. Squeeze the tiger. These are gonna start turning into Skittles commercials. Pet the tiger. Squeeze the tiger. Hug the tiger. Squeeze the tiger. I'll have to think of more as the episode goes on.
Don't make fun of me. I was trying to help you.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. I've just never seen you snap at someone quite like that. That was kinda wild. Some might say savage.
Yeah, well, I can do that. Even my patience has limits.
Seeing you get mad. Oh my god, just seeing that last line.
Even my patience has limits.
Seeing you get mad for me was really nice. I won't lie. Seriously, June. Thank you.
Now you're just piling up more gratitude than is due.
Not at all. I really appreciate you.
Yeah. I gotta sippy sip my water. Ow!
Squeeze the tiger. Taste the rainbow.
The tiger squirms uselessly in his seat, his tail swishing back and forth behind him in an erratic manner. That was a bit scary. I've never seen June that angry before. His fur was so bristled that it looked downright sharp, and his eyes got so small they looked like pinholes. That was menacing as hell. I really thought he was going to hit someone for a second there. Oh, we would love to see it. Guess I need to keep a bit of an eye on him as well. Wouldn't want him flying off the handle over something like this. Huh. I might need to relearn how to handle June all over again now that I think about it. That's such a strange thing to think about. Like I know him better than I ever have before. And yet less than I thought I did.
Are you okay? Are you okay? You're staring off into space.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing alright. I was just thinking about some stuff.
Penny for your thoughts?
I don't quite know how to explain it. I was mostly thinking about you, I guess.
About me?
Yeah, I learned quite a lot of stuff about you yesterday. I was just thinking about how weird it was. Like, when you think you know everything there is to know about something, but then you find out there's a whole other layer behind it that you didn't have a clue existed.
Yeah, not to be a downer, but we've known each other for 3 months. You really thought you'd learn everything there is to know about me in 3 months? This is going to turn into another comment about how simple-minded I am, isn't it?
Look behind you! It's a three-headed monkey!
Don't look at me like that!
Sorry.
It's fine. I didn't expect you to deal with all of it overnight. I know it will take a bit for it to fully sink in.
Thanks. Maybe we should talk about it. There's a lot of stuff we're gonna need to figure out from now on, isn't there?
You mean?
June looks around, checking to see if anyone is listening in on us and leaning closer to me, speaking with only a whisper.
About us?
He said us. I nod.
Yeah, that much is a given. It will take a while to figure out that as well. Though I'd rather talk about it somewhere with, less people.
Agreed. Do you think we should tell the others?
Not yet. It's too soon. I want to feel out how things will work from now on before having to figure out how other people will react to it. Although I'm pretty sure Shoichi-san will notice way before we tell anyone.
He will? How come? Such a dummy.
Right. I guess I didn't tell you this much. We kinda talked about it when you were still in the hospital. He kinda gave me permission to pursue. You know.
Permission. Who the hell is he having to... Permission. Who the hell is he to be giving permission in the first place?
Right. That's totally silly, isn't it?
Okay. He's totally being weird right now, isn't he? It's not just me who thinks that, right? You're hiding something.
Can we talk about this later? In private?
Yeah, sure. Though I have to admit, I'm incredibly curious right now. I wonder what this could be about. Before I can decide whether or not to press further, my thought process is interrupted by the sudden appearance of Shima-sensei. If he's here, that can only mean that ancient histories! Crap. Crap. I haven't finished copying these notes. Oh, I'll talk to you later, June. I really need to finish this.
We have to talk later regardless. The bell just rang.
Shush. Those are just details.
Very well, class. We should get started right away. There's a lot we need to cover today.
A few hours later. With the bell finally ringing to announce our lunch break, I instinctively tense up. Despite the overall tedium of it, class was a good excuse to not have anyone talking to me. Never thought being in class would ever be something that gives me peace of mind. The more you know. NPC. I feel someone poking at my side, and turning around, am greeted by this tiger's troubled face.
Nico-san, why does this stuff have to be so complicated?
Don't worry. I'm happy to help you study later so you can catch on.
That's not what I was asking. Besides, I think I'm doing okay with my studies right now.
This is gonna be like a weird meme. Just Yuichi getting injured, June actually doing good at school. You are? Now that's a surprise. Are you sure this isn't a dream? Did something change?
I decided a bit ago that I couldn't keep relying on you to pick up that slack for me. I had some notes still copied. I still had some notes copied off for you for the last midterm, so...
June picks up his textbook, showing me the latest pages of it. It's, well, his penmanship still needs work, but his notes are very neat and organized. I can tell he used the way I organized mine as a basis to copy off of. This is plagiarism! Wow, these are really good, June. I'm pleasantly surprised. June lets out a quiet laugh, awkwardly scratching his cheek.
Thanks. I worked really hard. Studying is still a pain in the bum, but... I can do it if I tell myself it helps you too. My notes probably aren't as good as Kitsunagawa-san's, but I can share them with you if that helps.
Of course. I'd really appreciate it. Look at you stepping up and becoming a better student. I actually feel a little bit proud. And he's not all that wrong. If I can afford to worry a little bit less about June's grades, that will already help me a lot. I'm not at a point where I can be working to help someone else right now, so...
If you can give me some pointers on how to get better at this stuff, that would go a long way to helping me become more self-sufficient.
Sure. I can walk through you how I structure my notes for different subjects.
You do it differently for each subject?
Well, yeah. They're all so different. There isn't just a single method that works for everything.
Darn! And I was feeling so proud of myself for getting this far, too!
Hey, don't be like that. Compared to how you were doing before, this is already a big leap forward. I mean, come on. You just look at your previous notes.
I'd rather not.
I flipped the book back to the first few pages. In comparison to the well-structured notes he currently has, The first few pages are filled with half-written sentences, incoherent notes, and random doodles that have nothing to do with the subject at hand. In fact, I'm pretty sure one of these is of human square Y. I wish I got that joke, but I am stupid. Animal. Circle X. Am I missing something? I am so incompetent. What the heck is that supposed to be a parody of?
Good point. I'll take the dub.
I officially changed this line. This line is now
Good point. I'll take the dub.
change win to dub. That basket, that is the official sentence now. Oh, Dragon Ball Z. Why am I so incompetent? Ah, yes, human square Y. Let me kamehameha my squares. Let me get all the human squares. You should.
Morning.
Morning? What happened to your energy? No. Os.
I guess I'm still not feeling 100% back to my usual cheer.
Good morning, Nico-san. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to see you too, K-kun. Hope you're doing well. How was the tournament?
We don't have to talk about that.
It's okay. I'm the one who's asking. You think I'd ask if I weren't fine with it?
I suppose that's true.
Hey, you won't believe this, Nico-kun. K-kun made it all the way to the finals. Really? So you played against Tanabe?
Mizuguchi-san, that was my news to tell, not yours.
You snooze, you lose.
Seriously?
Oh, that's great to hear, Keisuke. You made a lot of progress.
I guess it's crazy. Last year I barely made it to the top 16.
How did the finals go?
We don't need to talk about that.
Okay, how bad?
6-2, 6-0.
Ooh. Ouch. Yeah, that's pretty rough.
I never stood a chance. He wiped the floor with me. I think I finally understand why you had trouble all those years.
Tanabe is a pain in the ass, yeah. In more ways than one, I guess.
Sorry it didn't go better, Keisuke-san.
It's alright. At least it was a good practice experience. Making it to the finals was already a huge achievement.
How did managing to beat Yuya feel?
Exhilarating.
Good. At least you got your revenge.
Oh, barely. I was hanging on by the skin of my teeth. That guy improves far too quickly. It's terrifying.
Some people are like that. You know how that be sometimes. Sometimes that's just how it be.
It's exhausting. Tell me about it. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Don't worry about it. I feel like I missed the memo.
Jun pats the hare's shoulder, earning himself a sigh. By the way, Nico-kun, what are your plans for the day? That is hard to say. I suppose I should drop by the tennis club first, huh? What? You're coming over still? Why? I can't just drop out without saying something. I spent almost 3 years with some of those people. I need to at least tell them about what happened and explain why I'm quitting.
Won't that be too much for you?
I'm fine. I'm not made of glass, you know. I'm made of flesh and bone, like a real human being. If you say so. I was going to tell Coach myself and let him announce it to the rest of the club. Ugh, that's cold. They deserve better from me. That's right. Those people dedicated years of their lives to tennis, just like me. Some of them served as practice partners, others as rivals. They created an environment where I could do my best and strive for my own goals. Whether I wasted that opportunity is my own problem. It has nothing to do with them. They deserve a proper explanation from me, as well as my own gratitude. Okay. We'll go with you when you announce it. Thanks, Saya-chan.
Will you be okay after that? I can keep you company if you need someone.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine, Shoichi. Don't worry so much. Shoichi and Jun share a look, staring at each other silently for a few seconds as if communicating. Then, Shoichi nods.
Yeah, I know you'll be.
That's... What the hell was that? Seriously, now I'm the one who feels like I've missed the memo.
You could come with me after. I'll be practicing the piano, but you can join me. You always said you liked to hear me play.
Really? I can? I wouldn't be a bother or anything?
The only thing that bothers me is that you even have to ask me that.
Ouch. Harsh.
Maybe if I'm a little bit harsh, you'll learn not to ask silly questions like that.
Oof. What is this? Negative reinforcement?
Well, you are a dog.
That's specious! Not that kind of dog.
He's got you wrapped around his little finger.
Okay, just for the record, it's only my knee that's messed up. I can still hit you. What's with all the aggression? Sheesh. Saya just goes, sheesh. Oh my god, we need to see Saya with that. That would be just too good. Saya goes, sheesh.
What's with all that aggression? Sheesh.
You're the last person who gets to tell me that.
Guess Nico-san woke up today and chose violence.
There we go again. Don't quote memes at me either. Sai started it. Ugh, you're a bunch of idiots. All of you. Thank you. I guess I wouldn't mind joining you today, if you'll have me.
I'll have you.
Wow, this is so sappy. Shut up, Saya.
At least it's good to know you have something to look forward to today. I'd have felt bad if you ended your day on a sour note.
You worry too much. Nico will be fine.
Can you blame me?
I never said it was without reason.
It's okay. I can look after Nico-san today. I don't mind.
Look after me? Are you trying to convince me not to go now?
No, I didn't mean it like that.
Never mind. I'll just go home after I announce my departure from the tennis club. At least no one will treat me like a child there.
No. I was just kidding. Nico-san, please come watch me practice.
And the tables have turned. I would have loved if she just went, oh, how the turntables. And the tables have turned. We're back to normal now. Show's over, folks. There we go. No way am I just quietly letting you string me along like that, dumbass tiger. A few hours later. Do we really have to do this? It's up to Nico-kun. It's not too late, you know. I can tell Coach myself and we can leave you out of it. Would you guys stop? You're acting like this is some massive, painful hurdle. I'll be fine. It's just an announcement. We're just worried about you, that's all. There's no need to be. Now, come on. We can't just hang out by the entrance forever. People are looking at us funny. Fair enough.
I'll just wait outside until you're done. It'd feel wrong to intrude on this.
Thanks, Jun-kun. Before making it to the courts proper, we have to pass by the locker rooms. Because of how slow I am still with these crutches, there are only a few stragglers around anymore, leaving the place mostly empty. Despite that, I can hear sounds of activity coming from both sides. The volleyball court and the tennis courts are all quite busy right now, I see. Could you wait for a second? Is something the matter? Not exactly. I walk up to my locker, reaching out to place my palm on the door without thinking much about it. It takes me a second to gather the courage required to continue. It takes me a second to gather the courage required to continue. But I open the door. There isn't much inside, since I make sure not to leave dirty clothes lying around. But my spare racket, a couple sets of strings, an old pair of sneakers, a few posters. All this stuff, even though there isn't much of it lying around, all feels like my entire life. This is what I'm giving up. No matter what happens, I don't belong here anymore. If I can't play, I shouldn't be here. That is an undeniable fact. And yet, if I'd known this would be the last time I'd come here, I'd have at least tidied up my locker a little more. This makes for a sorry last view. Hiko-san. This doesn't have to be the last time you come over. You can still show up every now and again. Give us advice. Help us practice. We'd always welcome you here. Nah, don't be silly. I have to let go at some point. It would hurt too much. I don't feel like I'd be able to move on if I kept coming here. Even now, we're not even at the courts proper and I already feel like I can't breathe. The thought that everyone inside there gets to keep playing. Most of them don't even want to keep going at it. They want this to be a hobby. That's all it is to them. It's not fair that they get to continue while I'm forced to stop.
Nico-san!
With the anger starting to eat away inside of me, I punch the interior of my locker, my knuckles meeting the metal with all the strength I can muster. Kisuke quickly rushes to me, grabbing my arm as soon as he sees me threatening to do it again.
Stop that! You're going to hurt yourself!
The few stragglers hanging around stop what they're doing to watch the commotion, but I don't care. Right now, I just want to hit something. I don't care if I destroy my hands against this fucking thing right now. At least then I'll be able to focus on that pain instead of this. It's not like I need this fucking thing anymore now that I can't play. Yet, as soon as I hear the clear, concerning Keisuke's voice, my rage blows away like a candle. Right. I can't act like this in front of other people. Not right now. I don't need to give them more reasons to worry about me. Sorry.
Are you okay? Is your hand bleeding or something?
It's fine. Just stings a little.
What were you thinking? You could have seriously hurt yourself.
I wasn't. Not that it matters anyway. Can we go now? I want to get this over with.
Okay.
This is a lot harder than I thought it'd be. And yet, I know I can't pull this off. Or I know I can't put this off. I need to get it done as soon as I can. I don't think I'll be able to get closure until I do. Stepping inside felt as painful as I thought it would. Even the air inside felt like it was different. This atmosphere, the sounds of rackets smashing against balls, people panting or running. Please. I want that. Just let me do it one more time. Let me feel exhausted and out of breath. Let me feel like I'm barely hanging on during a difficult match. Let me feel like my whole body is on fire. Don't let it end. And yet...
Nika-kun.
Hey. Coach looks me up and down, his shoulders sagging once he gets a good look at me. I think this is the first time I've ever seen him look so emotive. And kind of miserable.
I have to admit, a small part of me had hoped this was just a sick joke of Sayatan's.
Sorry, sir. It really isn't.
I see.
Are you okay? You look a lot more down than you did a few minutes ago. I'm fine. I guess I underestimated how hard it would hurt me coming back here. Looking at my locker was rough. I see. I don't think I can take much more of this, Coach. I don't think I could take much more of this. Coach, could you round everyone up so I can get this done already? I really need to be away from here right now. I'm sorry.
I get that. Give me a minute.
Coach goes to the center of the courts, clapping his hands together really loudly and calling people's attention. Everybody, gather up! Mission Master's announcement for y'all. Please, listen carefully. So many different people, and I know all these different character holders are. It takes a few moments for the message to spread, but soon, silence completely takes over the building. With all eyes on me, I suddenly feel nervous in a way that I never have before. I'm not usually the type to get nervous standing in front of people. Hey there, everyone. Thank you all for your attention. Like Coach said, there's an announcement I need to make. As you guys might have noticed, I've been absent for the past few weeks. My family and friends told people I was recovering from a stomach bug in order to keep my privacy. But the truth is, I've actually been in a car accident. As soon as the words car accident are uttered, I see many eyes widening, people beginning to whisper to each other, a few of the girls covering their mouths with their hands. Things like that. Thankfully, apart from a mild concussion, I've only had scrapes and bruises for the most part. Nothing that will hurt my quality of life too much or that put me in serious danger. However, I reached down, pulling up the leg of my pants all the way to my knee, showing off my knee brace. It's definitely a bit awkward to do that while being held up by crutches. At one point, I nearly lose my balance, showing off just how pathetic I am right now. Sadly, my knee got hurt pretty bad. I suffered an ACL tear, some bone shattering that needed reconstruction, torsion, etc. The prognosis was pretty bad and I needed surgery to fix it. My doctor said that while I will eventually be able to walk normally, my knee won't ever be the same. I will only recover about 80 or 90% of my mobility. It will be much more fragile than before. Well, simply put, I won't be able to play tennis anymore. As such, this will be my last day as a member of the tennis club. I'm officially retiring. Thank you for all the past 3 years. The murmur begins to take over the other members, increasing in intensity little by little as the news begins to dawn over them. Despite my best attempts to stop it, I can feel tears beginning to form in my eyes. I don't want to be seen like this. I want to get away from here as soon as I can. And yet, before I even realize what is happening, I'm surrounded by many of my teammates. Some of these faces are people I've known since junior high. People I've seen almost every day for years. I'm given hugs, words of comfort, pats on my back, a variety of things. It's overwhelming. I don't know how to react. I don't know what to say. I end up just standing there for several minutes, listening to the goodbyes from my clubmates. It's so strange. I've been a lone wolf the entire time that I've been here. I've never been much for socializing. But I'm still being shown so much affection from these people. My chest hurts. Before long, and once I'm finally able to, I slip away when I still have some of my composure left. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. By the time I was finally able to leave, I'd more or less managed to get a grip and pull myself back together. Sai and Keisuke tried insisting on coming with me, but I didn't want to get in the way of their training, so I excused myself regardless. Stepping outside and taking a deep breath, it's like the air I'm breathing is the freshest I've ever had. Despite the dully throbbing pain still noticeable at the back of my mind, I feel somewhat better. Not as hollow as I thought I would. Sadly, it seems that I did have some hope that this would magically fix the sad emptiness inside of me after all. Alas, none of those magical fixes seem to be getting handed out today. June notices me when I step out, quickly making his way to me, looking me up and down with worried eyes.
Shall we get going?
The question catches me off guard. I was already fully prepared to make some excuse or change the subject when he asked me if I was doing okay. And yet, he didn't do that at all. You're not going to ask me if I'm okay?
I'm sure you've gotten asked that at least a dozen times already. I know that I would hate it if I was in your place, so I won't. If there's anything you want to tell me, I trust you'll do it on your own.
Oh. That's nice, actually. Thanks. That's really kind of you.
I'll call for a taxi.
Taxi? I thought I was going to watch you play.
You are? Oh, wait. You didn't think I was going to do that in the music room, right? I have tact, you know. I'm not going to make you climb all those steps without anyone else to help. Not after you've already had an exhausting day. You know, I have a piano at my place. That's where we're going.
Oh. Huh. I didn't think. Ugh. For some reason, this revelation has me a little embarrassed. We did start dating just yesterday, right? And now, I'm going to his place already? Whew. Next thing you know, they're going to be holding hands. I mean, I know I've been there before, but the first time after you start dating is supposed to be different, right? Right?
Hello? I would like to request a taxi, please. Yes. In front of me, Namikawa High. Preferably something spacious. My friend has an injured knee and is having to use crutches. Okay. Thank you.
I watch as the tiger does quick work of the process, having already called for a taxi before I even realized he was dialing.
It shouldn't take too long. They said they had vehicles nearby.
That's good. Thanks. I'll pay you when we get there.
Don't be silly. I'm the one calling the taxi.
What? It's alright. You're calling the taxi because of me. It's only fair that
Nico-san, no means no.
I got shut down awfully fast. I've never seen June be this assertive before. June be like, assert dominance. You sure? It's not a problem.
It's not a problem is supposed to be my line. You already treat me to stuff all the time. Let me do something for you.
Okay. Huh. This is new.
Oh, but just so you know, my parents aren't going to be home right now. So... if you don't feel comfortable being alone with me right now, now's the best time for me to let you know.
Now's your turn to worry too much.
I'm just trying to be fair to you here. I've had way longer to get used to this than you have.
You say that, yet you're the one who refused to kiss, not me.
It was too soon.
If you say so.
Ugh. Now you're messing with me.
I am indeed.
And so proud of it, too. Ah, look! The car is here. Let's go.
I nod, following along close behind the tiger. Despite everything, the idea of spending some time with June today does make me feel a lot happier. At least my day won't end in a sad fest. That was very soothing the way that ended. I'm not sure if I should take a break at this point. I've been going for an hour and 57 without a break. I'm just gonna do like a little quick break even if I'm not doing much myself. Just to give y'all a little time to just kind of stretch and rest. Yeah, should be back in a couple of minutes though. Enjoy this beautiful piano while I am being right back. I hope your comments in jest anime and songs wise. I wasn't sure if that was like a serious thing or just like a, oh I hope don't get hit by something or I hope something doesn't bad doesn't happen to me type of thing. But yeah, I wish you the best, to be safe and whatnot, whatever your situation is. Did not expect that to be in my chat today. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute or two. Go refill the water and maybe get some M&Ms. Watch me not have to do any M&Ms this time. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Gals and non-binary pals, pulling a Thomas Sanders here. Sorry, folks, about that. I just, got caught up saying bye to my brother. He's going off to his work tonight. Luckily, he's going to start having earlier work starting next week, so at least it won't have to be like this for at least hopefully a while, or hopefully it could be like this more so permanently. But anyway, I'm going to start in under a minute and resume. It's such a soothing song, ain't it? Alright, so here we are, I'm back. And the M&Ms are here too. I brought M&Ms. I don't know if we're gonna get any ellipses, but if we do, we got some. Oh boy, what the heck is that? Somebody just posted a bunch of, like, characters and stuff in the comments in the chat. I'm very confused. Something versus Wolfstar. Anyway, I will refuse to sleep until I see something good. Alright, we'll start then. Just because you want to see something good. Alright, let's get going then, shall we? Alright, let's continue. I have to admit, I could get used to being driven around everywhere. If taxis weren't so expensive, I might get them more often just because of how comfortable they are. Why walk when I could sit comfortable in an air-conditioned environment? The wonders of technology.
Give me a minute. I'm gonna go get changed. Feel free to do so too, if you have a change of clothes on you.
Nope. I had no reason to anymore, so I didn't bring any extras with me.
Oh. Sorry. Maybe we should swing by your place first to get some.
It's fine. Unlike the winter uniform, I'm not dying to take these off. I can live with it.
Alright then. Be right back.
I make myself comfortable, looking around for a bit since I have nothing better to do while I wait. June's piano is clearly visible in the corner, although it has a decorative towel strewn on top of it for some reason. Is that a mom thing? That looks like a mom thing. Why do moms insist on putting dainty little towels on top of everything? I get a little bit closer to it than I usually do. Despite having watched June play a few times, I never went as far as examining the actual piano. Truth be told, I was always afraid I'd break it somehow. These things look like they're worth more than my life, especially now that I have no marketable assets. Even though this one looks a bit old and worn out, I'm sure it still costs a fortune. Which, knowing about June's health situation and how high his medical bills must be, only shocks me more. Your parents must really love you.
I'm back. And I see you found my precious.
Your precious?
Of course. My piano is precious to me. Shouldn't that be obvious?
That's not the part that gave me pause. It's the fact that you literally called it my precious. You sound like a movie character, not a particularly cute one. I'll say that much. Have you had more time to practice lately? I know you said you didn't get to do it much while I was in the hospital.
I touched it a little more over the weekend. It was nice. I'm actually learning a new piece. Not really for a competition or anything. Just because I like it.
Yeah. Any chance I know it?
Probably. Do you know Canon in D?
Canon D's nuts! Got him! No.
Your music education really is poor, huh?
Do you expect random people to know these songs off the top of their heads? This is like when my dad asked me, oh, remember this song from the 70s or the 80s? And I'm like, no, I listen to Eurovision music, not just any song from that time frame. Anyway.
I sure would hope so. Otherwise, that would mean my entire life goals are pretty meaningless.
What? It does not mean that.
I'm kidding. Please don't look at me like that.
Alright then. Show me what this Canyon song is like.
Canon.
What about it?
The name is Canon.
I know. That's what I said.
You said you know what? Forget it. Not important.
Huh. Did I mess up somehow?
Here. Just let me.
Jun pulls out his bench, sitting down and adjusting himself in front of the piano. It's funny to see that his routine before playing is the same one that he does when I see him perform for a live audience. Stretching his fingers, checking his height, snapping his neck, running his fingers over the keys, stepping on the pedals without making a sound. I suppose this is a pianist's version of a warm-up routine.
Oh, just be careful not to drop your jaw on the floor, okay? Not to be immodest, but I'm really good at this piece.
Is that so? That just means I need to see it even more so now. Jun takes a few deep breaths, preparing himself. Since I know he's going to start any second now, I can't hold my breath. Or I can't but hold my breath. It's been a while since I've been able to hear him play. I'm actually really excited for this. I'm standing a little far back. Enough that I won't get in his way, but close enough that I could touch him if I tried. This distance feels nice. Safe. Finally, the tiger plays the first note. Then the second. Then the third. Launching into a quick succession of notes as he begins to weave a somewhat familiar melody. I didn't realize the song by name, but I'm pretty sure I've heard it before somewhere. Just as I thought it would be. It doesn't take long before I start feeling that all too familiar sensation of being enraptured. I don't want to look away for a single second for fear that I might miss something. Jun's body relaxes further as he carries on with the song, building up momentum while making his piano echo a deep, cheerful sound that, for some reason, makes me feel a morning dew. Does that even make sense? The melody starts out with a slower sound, feeling richer, more velvety. Yeah. Wait, do sounds have textures? Either way, he soon begins to increase the pace, punctuating certain passages with a loud, more dynamic sound before easing off and going back to that rich, gentle tune. Suffice to say, I have no idea how he manages to do that. The degree of finesse required to do this feels like something that requires such an expert, delicate touch that I could never in a million years dream of learning how to do. And yet, if I were able to produce a sound 1/10 as beautiful as June's, I feel like I could as well try. I take a step closer. I know I need to control myself. Touching when he's concentrating like this would be a surefire way to distract him. But I want to get closer. I want to hold him close. If I could, I'd listen to him play while holding him from behind. Rest my chin on his shoulder so I can get a perfect view of his hands. His dexterous, magical hands. While I'm caught in potentially embarrassing thoughts, I'm the one that is caught by surprise when a tail touches my stomach. June's tail swishes back and forth freely as he rocks his body to the rhythm of the song. I expected him to pull back when he felt me, but instead, almost as if pulling me closer, the tiger wraps his tail around me. Or at least as much as he can, considering the short distance between us. Maybe half an arm's length apart. I'm all too content to let him join the soft, fluffy tail that clings to my waist while I watch June's performance. A show that he's putting on just for me. Seriously, how am I not supposed to fall for him? I think this is the first time I've ever thought that I really want to kiss him. But he said he's not ready yet. So, I'll control myself. June seems completely comfortable with this song, playing around with the tempo like it was a playground of his own creation, speeding up and slowing down intermittently. Whenever I think I know where the song is going, it feels like I'm caught by surprise with a sudden change in its speed. I just can't look away. However, eventually, the song has to end. When it does, June remains seated with his eyes closed for a few seconds, almost like he's waiting for something. Though what that something is, I couldn't tell. Finally, the tiger exhales, opening his eyes and turning around to face me fully.
That felt really good.
I really want to kiss you right now.
I said I'm not ready for that, you dummy.
I know, I'm not saying I will. Just that I really want to.
That's just added pressure.
That's okay. I don't mind waiting. For a bit.
I guess that means you really liked it, huh?
I loved it.
Aw, you're too sweet. It's a little embarrassing.
Thank you. Really. You made me feel better.
I was hoping I would. I figured today that would be really hard for you, so I wanted to do anything I can to make it a little bit better.
Not really caring about anything anymore, I dropped down to my good knee, hugging this adorable tiger and burying my face on his chest. June gasps, a cute, high-pitched gasp, but quickly recomposes himself. It doesn't take long at all for me to feel his hand on my hand, petting me, running his fingers through my fur, playing with my ears. The feeling is so good that I sigh contentedly, wishing I could stay like this forever. You're so fluffy, I swear I could die.
Please don't die. I'd have a really hard time explaining that to the police.
Your dad is the police. Couldn't you get away with it?
I'd rather not get my dad involved in that sort of thing. Thank you very much. So you better stay alive, mister.
Okay, I promise I won't die. With my head in this position, I can actually hear June's heart beating inside his chest. I think this is the first time I'd ever done this. Hey, June.
Huh?
I lift my head slightly, placing a hand on top of his heart, feeling the faint beats as it pulses in his chest and against my hand. A complicated feeling starts taking over me. This here is okay, right?
My heart? Yeah. There's no discomfort at all.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Agreeing with him, I place my hand there once again. This is the sound of June's heart. Even if he's sick, even if his heart has trouble sometimes, this sound means that it's still beating. I think I can take comfort in that. June, your heartbeat is really soothing.
Sheesh. Stop saying such embarrassing things.
Sorry, no can do. You're stuck with me like this.
I guess that's fine. I like you a lot after all.
Even when I'm being clingy like this?
Especially then.
God damn it, June. I should have gone for it. Oh, God, I should have gone for it so long ago. I can't believe this is what I've been missing out on this entire time by being a coward. I really could get used to it.
Here, how about we switch to the kotatsu? As nice as this is, I don't think it's a good idea for you to be on your knee for so long.
Okay.
You're so giddy.
I know. I do as June instructs, getting up and heading to the kotatsu with him. We both sit down side by side. At first, June rests his head on my shoulder, switching from before when I was the one clinging to him. However, one side effect I did not anticipate was that this feels too comfortable. Little by little, I feel myself slipping. Sorry, June, I think I might fall asleep. When I look at the tiger, I realize that he too has fallen asleep, his face showing a peaceful, contented smile. I can't bring myself to wake him up when he's like this, so I gently lean back, bringing June with me, until we're both lying down on the floor. Almost on cue, the tiger mutters something I can't understand, wrapping his arm and tail against me and moving to rest his head on my chest. I guess now it's your turn to listen to my heart, huh? I ask to no one in particular, as there is no answer from the tiger himself. Enveloped by this fluffy tiger and taken over by pleasant warmth, I soon drift off to dreamland. By the time we finally wake up, night has already set outside. Luckily, June's parents aren't home yet when we do. As comfortable as that was, I would not be looking forward to explaining why their son and I were cuddling each other to sleep on their living room. Even if they're accepting people, there is such a thing as being too public. I call for a taxi when I notice the calls from Mom and from Aki on my phone, as well as a few messages from them in worry. I guess I overdid things a little bit. Bidding June a comfortable farewell, I leave his house with a smile on my face and a new tight feeling in my chest. No, that's it! Oh, that was just wrapped up too perfectly. Oh my goodness, that is it. 2:23:45. I always have to note it. Now to do my best basket impression. Hey guys, you've reached the current end of this June build. I hope you've enjoyed what you managed to play so far. As you guys may or may not already know, all development in Tennis Ace is possible thanks to all my amazing patrons and other supporters who make it possible for me to dedicate the time and work on the game as well as commission the art for it. If you haven't already, and if you're able, maybe you could consider help to support us too. Just click here, links in the description below, and you'll be taken right to my Patreon page. Once again, thank you all, and we'll see each other with the next demo. Yeah! And that is it. Wait. I didn't save. No! I forgot to save! Guess we'll be doing this all over again. Let's start from the beginning. And by that I mean I'm just gonna skip forward to where the update is. Okay, I can't do that. There are no choices, so I cannot skip through the emotional scenes. I'm sorry. Pretend you don't see anything. But yeah, that was a really good update as we just flashed through everything that happened in this update. I should have saved when I rolled back. I was a moron. Very sad, but also very well paced and very bittersweet, but just such a beautiful update. Sorry. Oh god, no! Fudge! Ah! This is what happens when I don't pay attention. Here we go again, folks. Yes, I am doing a blunder. I'll probably save somewhere towards, like, the June piano scene just to be safe and then try and fast forward again. Just so I don't have to go all the way back. Okay, here we go. Sorry for doing this to y'all. Okay. Okay, we're gonna save here first. Just so I don't have to go all the way back. Wait, did June have this? I didn't even notice his shirt this whole time. Oh god, I'm rewinding. No, that's not what I meant. That's such a cute shirt. Ah. Yeah, look at how adorable he is. No, no, no. God damn it. I cannot. I suck at rewinding. Don't worry, folks. I'll get to the end of it eventually. I swear. I'm just gonna, like, slowly fast forward. Okay. We're gonna save here, and I'm going to just... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're saving here. Okay, now we are here. Whatever. It's fine. Alright, folks, that was this update of Tennis Ace. At least for June's route. Technically, update 53 is for Shoichi, but June's update 52 just didn't come out. Like, they came out at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But... oh, you included a randomizer for clothes. Fun. Just like that one thing I got with Keisuke in that last episode where... yeah, you'll have to see what happens. But yeah, I really love this update. I honestly think this is one of the best updates I've played in months. No offense to Minotaur Hotel, which also has awesome updates, and the other games I played around the same time, because I mostly was playing Minotaur, that's why I say that. I don't want to be like, oh, Minotaur, she... But anyway, it's good in its own manner, but, I really felt like Basket hit out of the park with this one. Man, I was worried, like, you know, things would just get very, like, too monotonous or too dramatic or, like, you know, too sad, but it was just, I loved it. I don't know, it just felt perfect. And I'm really looking forward to doing Shuichi's update, but it is nearly my bedtime because it is a work day for me. So I will have to be a responsible adult and go to sleep at a reasonable hour. And wake up at a reasonable hour. Yes, it's so sad. But I'll try, if I still have the energy throughout the weekdays, to try and catch up with my other VNs, Shuichi's updates, Far Beyond the World, I'm doing on the weekend. Everybody's gonna ask me when I'm playing Far Beyond the World. Waiting for Friday or Saturday when I have the weekend off. Other than that, what else is there? Smoke Room hasn't updated publicly, I don't think. I checked and I haven't seen anything. But Socially Awkward, I'm gonna do like Makin's little like mini update. What the heck is the other one? Oh, Cilio. I could just keep on going with Cilio, but I'll probably just do that more rotationally as long as I'm playing the other games. But yeah, so I'll try and wing that, whatever's in my schedule for the week. Don't expect me during the weekdays to do this often. I only do it if I'm really feeling up to the task, and it'll be like notified on Twitter if I do stream. And Discord and all that. Follow my Discord and whatever. Links in the description. Anyway, as y'all start logging off, I want to give thanks to my patrons first before y'all go. I don't think I've updated it in a couple of days, so this may be a bit out of date if some people have just recently joined, so apologies for that. I'll try and get you in for the next video. But being a dork has some perks. You can be somebody that gets exclusive, not safe for work videos, which include recently my Samuel X. Yao bedroom scene. Well, not mine technically, but I read it, so you know what I mean. But yeah, there are some other exclusive readings like that. You also can get early access to Ocean Avenue 7 days before the public update. And then many other exclusive posts and previews that are not available to public viewers. So, I want to start out with my fellow dorks. North Grizz, aka Vlad Loed. He is also a great voiceover person, narrator, and all that. Check out his channel. Once again, Vlad Loed. I always mess it up, and I always try to keep saying it to redeem myself and improve. But he is awesome, no matter what. North Grizz, Andrew Corona, Type A Roth, Magram Wolfram, Andrew Buenaventura, Kuma Richards, Ryan Atkins, Neil, Spink, Spaton 98, Akimaki, Dank Dark, Joven Jackson, Zach, Dennis Arellano Gonzalez, Jack, Kijo, Moritaka, and Firestorm 75. Now I want to give a very, very, very special thanks to my exclusive dorks, Kale Tiger and Taylor. That am the Patreons. those are my patrons. So, if you want to have your name popped up there, you can always choose to opt out if you want. But if you want your name up there and to get those exclusive perks, feel free to go to my Patreon. Link should be in the description below. So, that concludes things for tonight. So, I'm glad you all came and joined and got to see me on this weeknight. I just was doing this out of the blue. I didn't expect this many people to come and join, but I guess it was a good time. So, if I don't stream before the weekend, I'll see y'all then, Friday or Saturday-ish. Maybe Sunday? Really depends, but I'll let y'all know as we get closer. So, plan it accordingly, and yeah, thank you all again so much for watching, and until next time, take care, folks.